welcome to another Warhammer Battle Report. This is 2500 points between my comp 18.8 Bretonnians versus his 2 organ gun and 2 display scrolls Dwarfs. Pretty low comp if you don't know the Dwarf army, I guess. But here's his army. From left, you have a gyrocopter. You can see off the table in the top left corner 10 ambushing miners. You have an organ gun, then you have some iron breakers with a BSB and his general in it, a cannon, 20 thunderers, another gyrocopter, an organ gun with an engineer next to it, a block of 40 dwarf warriors with great weapon and a runesmith. So for the Bretonnian force, I have a unit of 9 realm knights with band of swiftness and 2 character. One is a lord with virtue of impressious knights and a paladin with the same virtue, which make them a charge of 9 plus 4d6, so they can potentially just shoot out at anything. Then I have a unit of 6 fast cab, a unit of 18 bowmen with the enchantress and full command, a unit of 9 questing knights with a character wall with 3 paladin, and one of them is my battle standard bearer. Then I have a unit of men-at-arms with spears this time. It gives me a comp bonus, so that's why I have spear instead of halberd. And I have my level 1 lore of beast with the pelt and a unit of 6 fast cab. The enchantress roll up lore of metal, and I have searing doom, transformation, lead and glittering robe. Well, for the dwarf movement, as impressive as always, he basically just pushes up his gyrocopter a bit and his great weapon warriors wheels around a bit, and that's it. Well, I did survive the first round of shooting pretty good. I only lost 5 questing knights, and yeah, and I lost some fast cab, but that's it. So over to Bretonnian first turn. So for the Bretonnian turn, as you can see, I pushes up my realm lens. They will do a charge on his organ gun next turn. He doesn't know that I have so incredibly long charge range yet, so I use the single peasant fast cab to lure his organ gun to shoot at him instead, and basically he was casualty from the gyrocopter's flaming attack. That's why he is only 1 remaining. For my other flank, I back my questing knights backward to get out of range of his organ guns, and my spearman moves a bit forward, and my fast cab moves around on his flank, hopefully be able to, if they survive, charge his organ gun next turn. Well, in magic phase, I managed to get of lead on his organ gun, reducing ballistic skill, and my bowmen do 2 wounds to his gyrocopter. So that's it. Over to dwarf second turn. So for the dwarf movement phase, impressive as always. He just pivots his troops around a bit, his thunders pushes forward, and yeah, that's it for his movement. In the shooting phase, he started by opening up and ruining my total plan by killing the not poor, he's a peasant, so he pretty much deserved it, the peasant fast cab. His other organ gun only managed to kill 4 of my peasant fast cab on this side, and fortunately for me, I passes my panic check, so I stick. So for the Bretonnian second turn, I started by declaring the charge with the Knights of the Realm, and well, he was pretty much upset that I could do that, because it's a pretty long charge, and he told me that's just a shock thing, you cannot prepare for it. Yeah, and that's really the point with it. You're not prepared for a 30-inch charge from nowhere, and yeah, it's worked out really great. You can actually see on this picture how he has played his gyrocopter and his iron breaker, and there's actually enough room for me to just run through that gap and hit his cannon with this lance, and that would just be wonderful if I could manage to overrun and hit the cannon, kill it on his turn, and then run around in his backfield taking out his other organ gun. So that was this shot. And well, I didn't take any other photos of my turn, but not a lot of things happened. I tried to cast some spell, but nothing was useful for me. I did do nothing. My other fast cav unit charges his other organ gun and they bounce at each other doing nothing. My realm lance of course kill his organ gun and almost overrun into that cannon. Yeah, so that's it for Bretonnian. So over to Dwarf turn 3. So for Dwarf turn 3, the first thing you do is he moves his gyrocopter over here and he gonna put down the flame template. I did get off the glittering robe on this unit, so he will only kill like half a dozen guy or something like that in shooting phase. Well, here you can see his Great Weapon Warriors and Thunderers pushes up. His Engineer moves around his organ gun to flank charge my fast cav next turn. His Iron Breakers and Miners move forward towards my realm lance. His gyrocopter moves in front of it so I cannot charge the cannon. And that's it for his movement. Well, in shooting phase his cannon I think took a wound on one of my character, but more importantly his gyrocopter laid down the flame template on my knights, and I think I killed 4 of them, and I failed my panic check, and I run away, so my knight unit is out of harm's way, at least now. Well, for Bretonnian turn 3, my realm lance rallies, and basically they will sidestep next turn and doing an honorless empire thing and hide behind that impasse terrain for the rest of the game. Well, on my other flank I just maneuver a bit. Questing knights step back a bit, the spearmen step back a bit, the enchantress run across the board and joins the spearmen, and the bowman swiftly forms to shoot at his gyrocopter but will not do anything. Well, for Dwarf turn 4 he pushes up a bit. Of course he dispelled my magic, he uses his spell eating runes on final trance on his miners, but he didn't eat it. And shooting phase didn't do much, his cannon only hit the ground. His gyrocopter move up to chef up my questing knights. His engineer have in the previous turn flank charge my fast cav, and he kills them both with his great weapon. So for the Bretonnian turn 4, my questing knight charges his gyrocopter, my spearmen backward, archer swift reform and make the leadership 5 check. And yeah, in magic phase I do manage to do 2 wounds to his gyrocopter with a searing doom, and I also get off the bubble pelt on all my characters. In the combat, of course, I managed to kill his gyrocopter with only 1 wound remaining. Dwarf turn 5, In moving phase, he is fail charge with his Great White Warrior, needing to roll a 7, but he blew it. And you can see his organ gun also move here in front of my questing knights to prevent a flank charge next turn. In the shooting phase, he managed to snipe out my BSB, but that is for the Dwarf turn 5. Well, for Bretonnian turn number 5, I send out my shaft to stop his warriors. My questing knight charges his gyrocopter, and this is the last picture I have in this game, so I will walk through what's happened. Basically, my questing knights flop the first turn against the gyrocopter, so they stick and do nothing to each other. He tried his turn 6 to shoot down my enchantress, but failed. And his warrior will charge my level 1, kill her, and then overrun out of sight of my spearman. My turn 6, I will kill his gyrocopter, but yeah, nothing else. I get off a comet, but it didn't do anything to his organ gun. So this is the end of the game, and it ended up being not such a bloody battle, but a very tactical battle for me. I think it was very fun, even though not a lot of models died. I lost my BSB, I lost 2 units of fast cav, and yeah, that's a level 1 damsel, and he lost a runesmith. I think I got off a final trance turn 5 to kill his runesmith, I think, and then I took an organ gun and 2 gyrocopter, so it ended up both of us taking approximately 400 points, and it's a draw. With comp bonus, it's a victory for the Bretonnians, but we didn't count his comp, but it's pretty clear is much lower than the Bretonnians. So yeah, it was a very fun game. If you have any question at all, leave them below and I will answer them as soon as possible. If you like, feel free to like this video and start subscribing to see more awesome content from my channel. Have a nice one.